I'm just going to go on record. This podcast makes way too many Maester Luwin sex jokes.
That was only the first one.
No,
that wasn't.
Remember, he was passing dick pics to Catelyn?
Oh, yeah.
And he was secretly breaking Catelyn when Ned wasn't around. That's why he had to come up with a run.
Too many Maester Luwin dick jokes on this podcast, I think.
Oh, please.
Warning, the following show will spoil the hell out of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire books and the TV show A Game of Thrones. Also, you're probably going to find a fuck ton of bad language. The explicit tag is there for a reason.
Death and boobies, 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 death and boobies.
Welcome back to the Ironwood Network Book Club. I am your host, Maester Ironwood. I am here today with Lady Wyvern and Widow Wolfsbane. How are you two doing?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing pretty great.
I am fantastic. We are here to discuss Bran Chapter 5.
We are.
Pretty exciting. I love this chapter. It's good stuff.
It gets pretty exciting in this chapter.
It's got some action.
Yes.
Things get dicey for a hot minute.
Yep.
They do indeed get dicey. How is Bran going to survive? We don't know. Oh my god.
We do know.
Now we know.
I mean, if Bran 5000 didn't survive, I don't think it'd be the end of the book.
Oh.
Actually, it probably would be the end of the book.
Probably
would be pretty close to the end.
There'd still be a war because the kid died.
If the Bran bot.
But then it wouldn't be because of the Lannisters anymore. It wouldn't be because of Aslan Targaryen and the world would be okay. And then they'd go to the war with the North. So we'd still be on track. It would just up everything really far. And maybe Ned wouldn't have to die.
We'd skip over 2.5 books.
Yeah, exactly. And Ned wouldn't have to die in this book.
Yeah, but then we'd be missing out on all these books.
Actually, no, Ned's supposed to die because his death arc is
because
due to
he's Ned.
Yeah.
Because he's Ned and he sucks at the game and...
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't care what anybody says. He sucks at the game, and he shouldn't be considered better than Olenna Tyrell. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
First off, let's thank our patrons.
Yes.
Our awesome patrons.
Thank you, patrons.
Let's thank George for writing awesome books.
Thanks, George.
Yes.
George is awesome. George, wins the winter. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Wink,
Please.
wink.
Every time you thank George, I automatically think of Thanksgiving and we need the turkey because she did that.
That's one thing. What is this, Thanksgiving?
Yes. Every week.
I could go for some turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie right now.
Listen, maybe we can have that for Game of for our dungeoning and dragoning later.
Can't.
That's where you can't go.
I can't Dungeons and Dragon. I
Sorry.
have to edit and stuff.
You have to do people things.
There's no people things. It's podcast things.
Yeah, it's by myself. I have to edit.
But it's for the people.
It's for the
people.
For the people, by the people.
Speaking of the people,
yes,
we are going to definitely, after this episode drops, hit 1,000 listens in 1 month for the first time ever.
You mean after the Daenerys?
Oh, after
drops?
Daenerys, yeah. Well, this one too, because this one will be the last episode of the month.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have crushed 1,000.
Yes.
Which is all thanks to you guys. You guys rock. That's awesome.
It'll be our first time over 1,000.
Yes, we're super excited about it.
Thank you guys for that.
We've already hit our biggest month ever.
Maybe we should release an After Dark episode for everyone to listen to.
Maybe this one.
Yeah.
If we actually hit 1,000.
If we hit 1,000,
we can make this the After Dark episode.
Which shouldn't be a problem since we're currently sitting at 972 and we still have 2 episodes to go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are going to do it for us.
So we're definitely going to... We'll hit it by tomorrow. Tomorrow night,
So you guys will have the After Dark episode of the crazy shit that we talk about, you guys.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know why you want to listen to it, in case you do.
Yeah.
Oh,
enjoy! A rainless widow on tangents.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they listen for. The big boob chicks with the big mouth.
Tangents. Oh, God.
I warn you, don't listen to it.
I'm sure there's at least a good third of people that listen for actual
Do you really
content.
think our listeners are like King Robert, where you tell them not to do something and they're going to turn around and do it anyways?
No, I'm really telling them not to do it. Like, no reverse psychology, don't do it.
Yeah, like, it's not worth your time of your life, I'm sure.
You've got better things to do. I'm sure you've got paint to watch dry, grass to watch grow.
Yeah.
You might need to rearrange your sock drawer. I mean, literally anything.
I was saying, if you're in our part of the state, you could watch the snow melt.
Yeah. Yep. And then watch it snow again because, it's fucking spring in New York. So that's what happens.
By that, Then shouldn't we have better things to do than do this podcast?
No, we're lame.
We have no life.
We're lame.
Yeah, we don't have a life.
That's true.
That thing that you and I did last night, that was a fluke.
Yeah, it's been 9 years since we did something like that.
Yeah.
They went and watched Dancing Penises.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Tribute show. It was beautiful.
So that's the one that was on stage.
And I went
Yes.
and I went bowling.
You went bowling. She and I went to a tribute show with lots of mostly naked men.
Yeah,
Yes.
so bowling, Dancing Penises. I'm going to go bowling.
Well, of course, because you don't like dancing penises. and
Not a
that's
big fan of
okay.
dancing penises.
Well, it was ladies' night anyway, so
Yeah.
you weren't invited.
Yeah.
Good, thank God.
Yeah.
Save me the trouble of saying no.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, shucks, ladies' night? Oh, shucks, you guys. Great.
I'm so sad I'm going to miss that.
Yeah, gay guys weren't even allowed. It was kind of funny.
And then there was that super fake gay guy there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Oh,
So if you would like to become a patron and get all the cool patron benefits that we have, early access to the shows, if you for some reason like the free preview of the uncut version and want to get more of that shit,
like all the shit we just talked about that got cut out.
You can, like all the shit we just discussed that is no longer here.
Yeah. There's a good 20 minutes you guys just missed.
All patrons get access to the uncut version of every episode.
I'm sorry.
And $5 or more a month patrons get to come on the show and record an episode with us.
Yeah, they do.
So you can sign up for that for as little as $1 a month over at patreon.com/Ironwood.
And theoretically, you get to pick the chapter that you want to record as long as we haven't done it already.
That's true.
Ben will be on our next episode.
Ben will be... No, it's not our next episode. We're recording it next, but we're recording it out of order
okay.
to make sure you don't have to miss it to go to work.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
So it'll be the episode after the next one. Ben will be back to record Eddard 10 with us.
Yes,
Okay.
because Tyrion's technically
Tyrion is
next.
technically the next
Okay.
chapter that'll
Yeah.
go out. So
Okay.
yeah, so we had to fudge the schedule a little bit for recording, but
Okay.
Yeah,
no big deal.
we got this.
So yeah, patron Ben will be back on to discuss Eddard 10 with us
In 2 episodes.
in 2 episodes, and that'll be exciting.
Yep.
Very exciting.
And it'll take me 75 hours to edit. Yay!
Listen, when Ben and I get together, it's a party.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a good thing the video's not playing on Skype.
Yeah, co-ed naked podcasting with Ben and Widow.
Yeah!
Not happening.
Listen, this is why we're making the change to Pornhub. They're a very responsible company.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, they're more responsible than Facebook these days.
Yes, they are.
All right, so we're here to talk about Bran. Bran 5.
Yep.
Another short chapter where only one real thing happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not a whole heck of a lot.
These last couple of chapters have been kind of...
Very focused.
Yeah.
Which is one thing I love about George is he keeps his chapters kind of focused.
Yep.
Which is nice. Makes it a lot easier to do a show like this where you
It
get
does.
chapters where there's not a whole lot going on, so you can kind of narrow in on the important stuff.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Which is good.
That's true.
So I can give a synopsis unless somebody else wants to.
Do it.
Do it. Go for it.
All right, so the synopsis is that Bran and Robb and Theon and some guards and Maester Luwin on a donkey are going for a horse ride.
He's on a donkey.
So Maester Luwin is donkey-hotey.
Oh, my gosh.
Or as a kid in my Spanish class used to call it, donkey-hotey.
Donkey-hotey. Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean...
Because he rode around on a
It's
donkey.
just, it's just Maester in his ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maester Luwin and his jackass.
Maester ass.
They go out for a horse ride.
Donkey ride.
Bran is super excited to be riding a horse again.
Yep.
He is.
Riding at full speed, racing with Robb. They're talking, they're, having a good time.
Yep.
And then Bran decides he's going to venture off on his own. Because why not?
He doesn't venture off his own.
No.
Robb leaves him.
Well, Robb leaves him, so he
yeah,
ventures
so then,
off on his own.
so then he starts trying to wander a little bit.
Yep. And he is set upon by
6. It's 6.
it's people.
Yeah.
A group of people.
He sets him on by peoples.
Yeah, by a group of
A
people.
various number.
Yep. Who? He's set upon by people who instantly can tell that he is from Winterfell. Because instead of like begging for his life, he tells him, I'm going to kill you guys myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, he's obviously from Winterfell because he's too dumb to beg for his life.
Yes.
So even the fucking wildlings know that Ned is fucking dumb.
Yes.
And apparently so are his children.
Apparently that's a theme that I was gonna go, like, I want to go over that.
Yeah.
Apparently everyone knows Starks are dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently it's a recurring theme. Just picked up on it.
Yeah. And so they're harassing Bran. They're cutting him off of his horse.
Yep.
Taking off the straps that keep him on there so he can actually ride.
Which is kind of rude because those leather straps were probably really hard to put on there. And he's not unfastening. He's just cutting them off.
Now they're gonna be like remade. And
His whole saddle's fucked now.
Dick move.
Yeah.
Real dick move.
Fucking asshole.
And so then Robb shows back up and charges for Winterfell.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I just like a fake
I'm listening for
the guy with the
horn.
blue faces. The movie with Mel Gibson with the blue faces.
Oh, Braveheart.
Braveheart. That's what I see when he's like, for Winterfell. And I'm like, okay.
I am William Wallace.
Yeah.
William Wallace is 10 feet tall. I have heard. And if he were here.
And he shoots lightning bolts out his arse.
Exactly. I had a friend in college who would get drunk and stand on random shit and do the fucking Braveheart monologue.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
You know, I still haven't seen it.
It's a fantastic movie.
Great movie.
You've never made me sit down and watch it.
I probably actually never have made you watch Braveheart.
No,
It's
you
really
just keep
great
going,
movie.
how have you never watched it? And then change the subject. You never asked me to sit and watch it.
Well, to be
with
fair, that's a lot of movies that I do
Yeah.
that to because you've never seen apparently any movie ever made that wasn't made by Disney.
Braveheart is also like
you.
a
You know
3-hour
that's
movie.
false.
Yeah. But Braveheart is also like a 3-hour movie, so it's not like...
Yeah, you gotta
You have
commit.
to plan it.
You gotta commit to Braveheart.
Oh, so it's like a Harry Potter marathon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
you have to
but
like...
in one movie.
Yeah. So you have to be like, alright, for these 3 hours, we're gonna watch Braveheart. For the 2 hours after that, we're gonna sulk in sadness, and then we're gonna start going back to our lives.
Plus, to be fair to myself, like, while watching that movie with you, I would have to answer every question about, is this king real? Who is Robert the Bruce? What really happened?
You should watch it with me because
Like,
I don't know.
I ask a lot of
questions.
So you should ask
would
with
need
me
to be answered.
because I don't know any of those things, and you'll just watch the movie, and then you can ask him later.
That's probably a smart idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Robb comes in and almost saves the day, but then Bran is taken immediate hostage.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
And then we get a hero coming out of the wilderness.
I hate this guy.
Way to just kill his thunder. Like, the thunder's just rolling, and you're like...
His big brass balls. His big brass balls. His still attached penis.
It's still attached penis.
Theon Greyjoy comes in and saves the day. And pisses Robb off.
Yep.
Because in this pissing contest, apparently Theon's is bigger than Robb's.
It's true.
Which I think is the whole reason Robb is mad.
I think that is because Theon had more guts to do it, had to be done,
Yep.
and then Robb just got kind of like butthurt about, like, what if you hit my brother?
Yep.
So, which...
Fair point.
Absolutely fair
yeah,
point.
Because his arrow
He doesn't
could go completely through the dude and hit Bran.
I think he might have been more mad on one hand because he didn't get to save his brother.
Right,
That could be
somebody
true.
else
Yeah,
did, right?
he's-
Because Robb is the Lord of Winterfell.
Yeah, and the ward stole the Lord's thunder.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's
Agreed.
that. Although I did have a little bit of evidence, I mean the TV show doesn't count for anything, but I had a little bit of evidence that Theon doesn't even have the stones anymore. He doesn't even have the brass balls. Because he got kicked multiple a time there, and the
Yes, the
testicles...
TV show made sure to show us that
He's
he
got
could
nothing.
take a knee to the nuts and
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Because that was very important for them to show us in season 7 when there wasn't anything else important that they possibly could have shown us at all.
Exactly.
So,
No, there's nothing else important about that.
So,
But yeah.
yeah.
Not even once, but like 3 times.
I wasn't even paying
Yeah.
attention because that's
Three-
how
You,
much.
HBO.
3 times in that he got kneed in the crotch, and
Yeah.
he just stood there and took it because there's nothing there, and the testicles are more sensitive to getting hit like
Yeah.
that.
By the way, your pelvic bone is still there and it would still
Yeah, it's
fucking
still fucking
hurt.
hurt.
like
I
a
know
bitch.
I've been stepped on the pelvic bone.
Yeah, that's why when the Hound
It
kicked Bran
bruises
and
really
the
easy.
crotch,
Just
that's why
one
she
more
screamed.
reason the HBO show sucks now.
Yeah.
Sucks
Because
the big
pelvic
one.
They really
Bones are
screwed the pooch
sensitive?
on the last one.
They really screwed the pooch in the whole fucking last season.
I hate that
Yeah.
saying.
Why?
Screwed the pooch.
Why?
It's just so
Would you prefer
weird.
screwed the goat?
It just sounds weird.
Oh, it is New York.
I think we have more cows than goats.
Bran, how's it going?
So Bran is excited about his horse ride.
Yeah, he's super nervous.
The first time going outside the walls since his accident.
Yep.
Which has been,
Since
at
his
this point,
accident.
months.
Yeah.
His accident.
Yeah, it's been like months and months, because Robb is now finally 15 years old.
Yeah.
Woo! John's been 15 for quite some time. Robb is finally 15 years old.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
So-
that means nothing, right? That means absolutely nothing.
Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing whatsoever.
We've had 65 billion Catelyn and Ned chapters since John turned 15. Not a single one mentioning Robb had a birthday.
Yeah, I was saying, you would think that this loving, doting mother would fucking be like, you know what? It's my son's birthday today. I'm an asshole for not being there. Well, let's take the imp to my sister's house.
Or at least saying a prayer to the seven for her son's birthday.
Yeah.
Something.
Because the only birthday that matters so far in any of these that I've noticed based on the show is Joffrey's.
Joffrey's name day.
Yeah,
Joffrey's name day is the only one that matters.
Poor Sir Dantos.
What?
You know why?
Poor Sir Dantos.
Yeah.
Joffrey's name day matters because he's the worst piece of shit that the world has ever seen.
Because he's the king.
I am the king!
It's the only reason it matters.
I'm the king!
So yes, so Bran is excited and nervous and ready to get out and ride.
Yep.
And he's like, and he's
And
super
everybody's
nervous.
riding horses.
And he's got a new horse whose name is Dancer.
Yeah.
It's a
yeah.
little
love it.
2-year-old pony.
He's got a new filly who has been trained for rein and voice commands.
Yes.
Yep.
And completely ignores
And
any leg
hand
motion.
touch.
Yes.
Hand touch.
And hand touch, yeah, because he touches her neck and stuff
And
like that.
completely ignores anything with the legs and feet.
Yep.
Which is
Which
kind
is
of
good.
cool. So no spurring,
Yep.
which Bran can't do anyway.
Yeah, because it would kind of suck if he was, like, walking by a tree and, like, his leg pushed... Like, a tree hit his leg.
Because, like, his legs would be moving with the horse because
Yeah.
he can't move them.
Yeah.
So, like, he'd be like spurring the horse basically
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Which there are schools of thought that you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to keep your horse moving at a steady pace by alternating pressure.
Well, whatever, we don't
but
care
then there's
about that.
other people who are like, if you do that, then the horse gets numb to it. I don't know.
Whatever. Anyway.
So, who knows?
That's too real.
I just think it's mean to
too
kick
real.
the horse every
Hashtag too
time
real.
you go
You
left,
don't kick
right,
them.
left,
You squeeze
right,
them with
left,
your
right.
calves. They say they put their heels in them, but you actually use your calves.
Oh.
Yeah. You use your calves.
So he's got a 2-year-old filly,
Yep.
so it could race in the Kentucky Derby.
Who's a beautiful brown horse.
Beautiful brown horse, and
Yeah.
Robb's got what was it?
I don't know.
I think it was
There's
silverish.
a big silverish grayish thing. I just forget the.
You
the
notice
breed.
the horse colors are like in par with their wolf colors?
Yes.
Okay.
It has something to do, I want to say something to do with some kind of symbolism thingy of what
Yeah.
kind. Because Bran's a summer child, and his
Yeah.
horse's name is Summer, and his wolf's name is Summer, and his horse's name is Dancer, which are, like, dancing is a summer activity. You don't dance in the winter. No one wants to be outside dancing in that shit.
Okay, I will tell you, it was 28 degrees last night and you all were dancing.
I mean, yeah, but we were inside.
So.
Maybe his horse dances inside.
You
You don't
make-
know. You don't know.
I don't know. I mean, his horse may dance inside. I don't know that. All we know is that Viserion can't clean its stable with 10,000 brooms.
Viserion can't clean anything because Viserion is inside of an egg.
Viserys.
Viserys.
Jesus fucking
Fair.
Christ.
You know what? And on Facebook the other day, I actually corrected 2 people about that because they're like, "Oh my god, Viserion has such beautiful eyes. They made them the right color." I'm like, no. Viserion's the dragon whose eye you can see. Viserys is the character he's named after that you can see the eye of. So I'm mad at myself now. I'm gonna go sit in the corner, you guys.
Alright.
Dunce Corner.
Yeah.
All right, so they head out for their ride. Maester Luwin pulls up the rear on his donkey.
Yep.
Oh wait, but Bran's also smart enough to, like Theon, before they leave, that he goes through this thing where he hates Theon because Theon's always smiling and laughing about something, like he's like some kind of cocky bastard.
The world has no problems for Theon.
Yeah.
Which is funny given Theon's arc that we get to.
So,
Yes.
so they're just going out for a horse ride and Theon decides he's gonna bring his bow and quiver with him.
Yeah.
He's gonna do some hunting.
You want to do hunting.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's fine, I guess.
get a nice stag for dinner that night or
It's a
something.
good
Yeah.
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So,
Because he is going to hunt.
Yeah, just
gonna
not
hunt
what he
people.
thinks he's hunting.
yeah, exactly.
He's going last Boy
Is
Scout.
this their first kills? Is this their first blood? Is this, Theon and Robb first blood?
Part 3.
Part 3?
Part 3?
Because we did Tyrion First Blood Part 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So yes,
First Blood Part 3.
So yes, this is probably, and it's going to have to be the title, Robb First Blood Part 3.
Winterfell First Blood Part 3.
No, because there's been lots of blood spilled by Winterfell.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm going to have to go Robb's First Blood.
Yeah, Robb's First Blood.
Because who cares about Theon?
Not
true.
me.
Not me. But I thought that was an important point.
Their first real battle.
Yeah, no, not that part, but that before they even leave the gate, Bran's like, I fucking hate this guy. Like, why the fuck's he always smiling? This guy's a tool.
Yeah.
I hate this guy. I have never warmed up to my father's ward. Like, I hate him.
But Robb likes him.
Yeah, Robb likes him, and he's even Robb's small council meetings.
Yeah, which is...
Not good.
It ends up not being good.
Yeah.
I think that... I will go back to my previous theory that all might have been much better in the North had Jon been allowed to stay in Council Robb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he
So
would
much
have...
better.
Yes, because then, for instance... Robb could have sent Jon and Theon to the Iron Islands instead of just Theon by himself.
Yeah, so
mean,
that Theon didn't change
Desert.
sides.
Right.
Yeah. I would not even have begrudged Jon if he decided that he wanted to leave the Night's Watch before doing his vows.
And go back.
And then find out that Catelyn's not there and be like, oh, hey.
Right.
I'm
great.
home.
Which
yeah.
by now he should know that Catelyn's not there because they've received 3 ravens. Winterfell's received 3 ravens, one of which is from the north.
Yep.
That Uncle Benjen is still missing.
Yep.
The other one was from
Their mother.
Catelyn at the Eyrie.
That she's got the imp there.
That she took a Lannister hostage, so we're fucked.
Yep.
But can we talk about how Bran feels when he hears that?
I mean, we're pretty much there.
He hears the name Lannister.
And he gets upset about it.
He gets dizzy and this feeling of a stone in his stomach, like he's dropping.
He has a visceral reaction
Yep.
to hearing the name Lannister.
He feels like he's falling every time he hears the name Lannister.
And he doesn't know why.
Like a falling pit in his stomach. Yeah.
Like there's some kind, and he literally says like he doesn't know why, but it's like there's some kind of mental block.
But he likes Tyrion.
But he likes Tyrion because Tyrion's been nice to him and he got him this fancy saddle.
Right.
Although he still refers to him as the imp.
Yes.
But I mean that's his common.
That's what everybody calls him.
Yeah, it's his common name around the world.
Yeah.
But he goes, I don't care about that Tyrion guy. He seems like an alright fellow. He goes, but that name just doesn't sit right with me.
Now, of course, if you're going to be an imp in that world, I guess it's best to be known as the imp. Like, you are like the one.
Yeah, it's true.
So, that's fair.
Yeah.
So he's got that going for him.
And Bran's like, every time he hears it, there's something he should remember, but he can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got that block going.
Just can't see Aslan Targaryen pushing him out the window.
Wouldn't have anything to do with that stupid crow being like, nope, stop it, don't remember that, stop it, don't do that. You're gonna fall, don't do that.
Well, because if he remembers, then he can't be who they want him to be.
Yeah, because he'll have fucking horrifying traumatic childhood instances and he'll be stuck in the fetal position for the rest, someone will have to put him in the fetal position so he can be stuck in it for the rest of his life. I'm sorry, I'm being very ableist right now.
What? You can pick on dwarves and midgets, but she can't pick on cripples? Come on.
That's correct.
Okay. Just checking.
All right. Now that we drew that line.
Line in the sand.
Got it.
You ableist bitch.
Right?
Let's talk about you.
I'm so saying. I know, I'm totally agreeing with you.
All right. So, we get to our horse ride. Oh, no, there was the third raven.
Yes, we didn't go with the third raven.
Which brought the bad news.
What news from the Mark?
Their poor dad.
What news from
Wait, what'd you say? What?
I've been dying to say that.
Oh my god. And I'm supposed to be the bad guy here making fun of cripples.
No, what news from the Mark?
I know.
Oh, that's funny.
Sorry.
Jeez.
What business do a man, an elf, and a dwarf have in the Mark?
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right, so it brings bad tidings from King's Landing.
Yep.
We learn that Jory's dead.
Yep.
And the other 2 guys. And that Ned was crushed by a horse.
Yeah.
And has been given the milk of the poppy.
So he may not wake up.
Yeah, what is it? Is like the milk of the poppy some kind of dangerous thing?
Yeah,
It puts him in a coma. It basically puts him in a coma.
Yeah,
so that their body
might
can
not
heal.
wake up from.
See, I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was just kind of like...
It's like a medically induced coma.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure if it was just like a pain reliever.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
It's like
I mean, I know it's a pain reliever.
It's like a super concentrated opioid.
Yeah.
Oh, so then why don't they fucking dilute the goddamn shit with some water and make it so it's pain relief without being unconscious.
Because they do it to not, it's like putting somebody in a medically induced coma.
To make sure that their body can heal. And
right.
they can probably
without
end up
them,
doing
them
surgery.
Fucking it up. Right.
Didn't
Yeah,
I just say that?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. Why does it have to come out of a man's mouth for you to fucking understand it?
No, I understood it when you said
but
it.
Then he had to reiterate it for you.
But I'm like, why can't they fucking not concentrate?
Welcome to the Ironwood Mansplaining Network.
Exact same thing I did.
I know, and I understood it when you said it too.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Sure, because then you asked me about it.
And he said the exact same thing. And then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're on the same level as I am, and he's the foremost expert right now.
Oh, so
I'm the foremost expert on opioids.
Yeah, you know.
It has to come out of the man's mouth for it to be acceptable.
Listen, if you had read the book series 3 times in a row, I'd ask you over his opinion.
It was a medical question.
Plus, I do like poppy seed bagels, so, you know.
You do? Oh, you opiate bastard.
I like lemon poppy seed muffins.
I've never had the lemon poppy seed ones.
Don't. You'll fail your drug test.
Noted.
All right, so we've got our bad news. We learned about the bad news from the Ravens. Dark wings, dark words.
Damn that fish wife.
Is what old man says.
That fish wife.
She's true. What she says is true about something.
She's the foremost expert on everything in Westeros.
Well,
yeah, she
that's
is.
because
So
she's been alive for a long time.
Yeah, she's the oldest person in the show.
She's
I think she's like second oldest.
Oh, because Bloodraven's probably the oldest.
No.
The guy that's died 7 times?
No. He's young.
Yeah, Barrick's only like 30.
Melisandre?
Yes, there you go.
Who?
Melisandre.
Oh, I forgot about I forgot about Melisandre.
Yeah.
I forgot about one of your witch sisters.
She's not my witch sister. She's not a widow.
She's
not
a
in the club.
witch.
Yeah,
witch sister.
Yeah, but she's not in the club. She can't sit with us.
That's fair. All right.
She's not wearing pink.
So, we get Robb and Bran take off
Yep.
and race ahead of everybody
Yes.
Yep.
until they get to the Wolfswood.
Yep.
2 miles past Wintertown.
Because Bran wanted to be able to run fast for the first time. Because the whole time they've been walking and trotting a bit.
Yeah.
It was
and
better than flying.
Yep, he wanted to run. It was like flying.
It was better than flying.
And we learn about Wintertown.
And he's flown before.
We learn about Wintertown, which is basically empty right now.
Yeah.
For like one house is full per 5 houses or something like that.
Right. And then so the farmers of the north, as the winter comes, will then move into Wintertown.
So they can be where all the stores are.
Yeah. With the protection of the castle. And then probably on top of that, so that way you don't have to travel through 20 miles of 8-foot deep snow to get to the market.
Right. Exactly.
So and then everyone can collectively...
Yes,
which is why it's called
that's where the stores are.
Yes.
Like the food stores.
But but you could put your food stores together in one spot, but if you still don't live close to the store, you'd still have to travel that distance to get there.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay, children, stop.
That's not what I understood.
Okay.
Maybe it's just the way you say it. Because that's not what honestly, it's not...
They come to the town because that's where the food stores are for the winter.
Yeah, but for when, the way that you said it did not, in my head, equate to the fact that they lived there.
Okay.
So, okay. You can cut that part out.
No, you don't have to. It was actually pretty civil.
I mean, it was,
And you
but...
can cut out you guys' arguments.
I know. I figured. I noticed.
Because they happen quite frequently.
Yeah.
All right, so we learned about Wintertown, blah blah blah. It's gonna get filled up with people as winter comes. It's snowing now, even though winter's not here yet.
Well, it always snows in the north.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. So they have. Yeah.
They have snow year round almost.
Always.
But no, I mean, it does. It snows year round.
They do get summer snows. Yes.
It doesn't always stay necessarily, but
Yeah. Well, this snow isn't sticking. Oh, where's our fucking weather report?
we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't talked about the weather yet.
We're talking.
Well, no, we're talking about it now because you just brought it up. But we haven't got to the part yet where they're sitting there and he's talking about the snow yet.
You normally do the weather report before we start explaining the chapter.
Oh, I've started doing it where the weather comes into play the most potently, I suppose, is how I want to phrase that. I don't know if that was the right phrasing.
So Robb and Bran race ahead.
Yep. They're now alone in the Wolf's Wood.
Yep, 2 miles from Wintertown.
Mm-hmm.
Out on their own.
And everyone's gone. Because everyone
They're
got
like
fucking
a mile
stuck
behind.
back. Yep. And we find later that they're waiting for the ass on the ass.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they're waiting for Theon because he was trying to hunt down a turkey.
Yes.
Which, by the way, good eats. So
yeah, turkey's pretty good eats.
Yeah, well, Robb comes home with an elk, so...
I'm saying, yeah, but he didn't get the elk.
So what?
Look, he's the Lord of Winterfell. If he wants to say he got the elk, he got the elk.
Okay.
They'll accept it because the wolves got it.
Now, we learned that Theon had immediately said, upon learning the news about Ned and Jory, we learned that Theon had immediately told Robb to call the banners.
Yes. I like that, that Robb and Bran are sitting there talking to each other, and Theon just happens to trot up and doesn't even get introduced to the conversation. He goes, yeah, I told motherfucker to call the banners. Like, he just knows exactly what they're talking about. He rides up, knows exactly what the conversation is.
He probably figured Robb would tell Bran when not everyone was around.
Yeah.
But he was well minded enough that he actually, like, they're not speaking directly to him. He probably comes in mid sentence and still is on top of what the conversation's about.
Yeah.
So I did kind of like that.
But yeah, so I like where Theon's head's at there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to call the banners, especially with Catelyn out fucking ravaging shit in the fucking Erie and the Riverlands. They probably should call the banners because they're going to need them.
Yeah. And then they go into the thing where only the Lord can do it, and he's like, well, if Dad dies, then I am the Lord, and Bran's like, he's not gonna die!
Well, actually,
which is fair.
It was Theon. He's like, if your dad dies, then Robb is the Lord, bitch. So shut the fuck up.
Pretty much. And I got the Lord in my pocket.
Basically, yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and then poor Bran has the moment. I mean, but I understand. Like, he goes, my dad's not gonna die. I mean, he's 8. He probably thinks his dad's invincible.
Oh yeah, most likely.
So, there's that.
And his dad's smart, so he doesn't know anything. He probably thinks his dad's smart, too.
Well, he's a kid. Yeah. Mom and Dad can't do wrong.
Yeah, except that all his mom does is wrong.
Well, he'll figure that out as he grows up.
I doubt it.
Listen, Catelyn needs to hold Bran's hand all the time and can't hug Robb because of it. Because Bran's holding her hand.
You think she didn't have 2 hands.
Right? You would think that she can't stand up.
Hold one hand and give a hug and you're good.
Yeah, nope, can't do
Robb's
that.
too old to get a hug from his mother.
Oh yeah,
he was 14 at the time.
He's 15 now.
Now, the time he was 14.
Catelyn didn't give a shit.
And he's Lord Robb.
He was Lord Robb at that time. He was doing Lord Robb.
Did not care.
Yeah. She didn't. She gave no shits about her eldest son.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck my eldest son. Rumpelstiltskin can have you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's bad.
Except he wanted a girl.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, anyway.
Alright, so, past the conversation about Ned dying.
He didn't die.
No, I know, but not about him dying,
Ned potentially
but about
dying.
Ned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take us there. Where are we going?
Into the woods.
We are going into the woods. Where, guys? Ba-ba-ba-ba, Westerosi weather report. It's snowing.
But only in the woods.
But only in the woods. It's snowing, but only if you're in the woods, and only if you're Bran, and you also notice that the snow's not sticking to the ground's still warm enough underneath. Like, I guess there's I don't know if there's a hot spring close by, but the ground itself...
The water's cold.
Yeah, the water's cold.
So it's not a hot spring.
But the ground itself is warm.
Yeah, it's not
But the
yet.
snow is and it's melting, but the snow is sticking to the rocks and to the trees.
Yeah.
So, I want to know why that's doing that, because that's not normally...
Because that's how it works.
No.
It does that here.
Snow
when the ground's not frozen yet, the snow will stick to the rocks and the trees if they're cold.
Oh, I don't ever notice. I try not to pay attention to the snow.
Stick to the ground afterwards.
Yeah, I try not to pay attention to the snow. I just know it sticks to my car before it sticks to anything else.
26 years old, you have no idea how snow works?
Listen, Bill Nye failed me in that one department. That one department. Mostly because I skipped that episode.
Okay.
It wasn't Bill's fault.
Yep. So, how does Bran get off on his own? Scary.
So we have the nice thing. So they're by themselves. Everyone's out behind waiting for Maester Luwin on his donkey.
Yeah. We have donkey-hotey.
Yeah, hanging
On
out.
his ass.
Yeah. And so he's just in there, and then they hear the wolves start howling. So they're like, oh, well, they've got their kill or whatever. Like, let's go get their kill. Robb's like, nah, kid, stay here. I can do this faster without you. So telling Bran, listen, you're a cripple. I appreciate the help, but I'm an ableist, and I need to be able to do this.
Oh my god.
So Robb takes off, and
you're of no use to me, Bran, at all whatsoever. I wish Theon were here.
Exactly. So he goes and does that, Robb takes off. And
Bran on his horse in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, Bran's on his horse in the middle of the woods, looking around, watching the snow falling, and then kind of like starts walking around a little bit close to he stays pretty close to the stream, but he's like wandering around a little bit, and he walks close enough, and I guess some people hear him doing whatever it is that he's doing.
Some people
stop by.
What a waste of time.
Yes, Bran is a waste of time.
Ooh.
I was not talking
It's
about
not that
Bran.
bad.
In this chapter.
Yeah, that's chapter.
He's not doing any cool stuff yet.
No, that's
He's not
true.
going to do much cool stuff.
just a filler.
You know,
Eventually he does
stuck-
some really cool stuff.
not stuck in his chair.
Yeah. He does some really cool stuff.
He doesn't have
It's
a
all
chair.
in his head.
He fights his Hodor.
It is literally all in his head.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but that's fine.
You know what he does? He turns Hodor into a Rock'em Sock'em robot.
So Bran's by himself and catches the attention of some peoples.
Some random peoples who happen to not be quite peoply enough to be in the people club.
What are they wearing?
They're wearing wildling gear. So two of them are wearing like super tather. Like it's at this point it's wildling gear because it's destroyed, but
It's all
they're
black.
they're all in black. Their cloaks and everything are black because they're
So not wildling
So
gear.
thank you for answering the question.
they're calling it wildling gear because they've destroyed it.
Except it's not wildling gear.
It's not.
It's
they're
Night's
all in-
Watch gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now they're wildlings because
No,
they're deserted.
they're deserters. They're
That's what-
still
yeah.
from the. They're not wildlings.
But did they not? My thought process is because they're with these wildlings is that they deserted north of the wall and then stayed with the wildlings for a while.
Okay.
And then came down.
So I'm gonna go live in a black community. So I'm a black person now, right?
Well, I mean that's what John does.
Now, OSHA is a wildling, actually.
Yes.
Wildling spearwife.
Yes. There's two men from the wall. And
Earwave. What? Sorry.
Spearwives. You'll get there eventually. It's
Okay.
2 men from the wall, 4 wildlings.
Yes.
2 men, 2 women.
Yep.
I wonder which castle they're from.
Who cares? There's one of 3, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what
Well,
I'm
they're not from the one John was at
Probably
because
the
they
Shadow
weren't
Tower.
names that were used before. They're over from Mance Raider's side of town.
Which
Yeah.
is the Shadow Tower.
Okay.
So
All the
somehow,
way to the west.
Out there.
somehow they meet it up over the wall or under the wall.
Well, it's possible, because remember they have members of the Night's Watch, which means that they could go to they could go to the Night Fort and go to that Weirwood gate underneath
Oh, that's true.
and say the
That's-
magic words and get let through.
That's
yeah,
true.
because that's fairly close to Winterfell, isn't it? Isn't that like a castle or two
Let's say
over from
it's
Castle
the
Black?
one right in the middle of
Yeah.
the wall.
Okay.
Because it was the first castle on the wall.
I thought Castle Black was in the middle for
Not
some
in
reason.
the direct middle.
No, that's
the
just
Night
in-
Fort
that's
is the one
just in the,
directly in the middle.
Okay.
That's just in the opening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Castle Black is at the end of the King's Road.
Oh, and the Kings Road kind of veers off to one side.
To the east.
Yep.
All right.
But yeah, so that's a possibility of how they got down. Would be that because there's 2 members of the Night's Watch, they could have said the magic words, which is basically the first part of the Night's Watch vow to open the Weirwood door.
It's not speak friend and enter.
It's not speak friend and enter.
Or scream profanities and enter.
Or speak profanities and the door likes you for some reason. I don't know why. Whatever.
I don't know why. I don't know why either. I did it. I don't know why. Oh my gosh.
So, what do they do when they come across Bran? Obviously they're nice to him, and they're like, oh, should we help him find his way back? He looks lost. Right? They're nice?
Super nice. Super nice. They actually escort him to Robb.
Do they now?
They do.
I did like that Bran noticed once he realized them, he realized how rich he looks.
Yes.
Compared to them.
Yes.
All of a sudden he realizes he's this rich white boy in the wrong part of town.
Yeah. When he sees the dirt people finally,
Yeah.
he's like, wow, I'm a dick.
Yeah, he's literally driving a Lambo through Hooverville.
Yeah. Yeah, he's, he realizes how much trouble he's in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're not friendly.
No.
At all.
No.
I mean, they're not.
They want to get information out of him.
They're hostile, but they're not planning to kill him immediately. They're going to keep him alive for a little while.
Here, honey, have some candy. Now let's go in the back of my truck.
Now they are kind of smart because Bran tells them he's going to kill them all because he's a tough guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they're immediately like, "Oh, you must be a Stark."
Must be a Stark because you're too dumb to beg for your life.
Yes. And of course, I had to put this as like a thing in my notes apparently Starks being dumb is not just a Ned thing because Littlefinger tells Ned that all the time, that he's being dumb.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we all know that Catelyn Tully, who married into the Starks, is dumb.
Yep.
But apparently it's been a long-standing tradition.
Yeah, the Night's Watch apparently knows that they're dumb.
Yeah.
The Wildlings apparently know that the Starks are dumb.
Yeah, everyone
Even
knows
the
that
king
Starks
thinks
are
he's dumb right now.
Yes.
Everybody knows that the Starks are dumb.
Yeah. Even the Wildlings who have a fucking 700-foot tall wall separating them from the Starks know the Starks are dumb.
Yeah.
Like, what did the Starks do over the past history?
Well,
for
I'm wondering if Mance Raider. Yeah, just kind of spread that rumor.
Oh, no, I don't know who you guys are talking about, because I know that you think Mance Raider is somebody else, but I don't know who it is. I don't remember.
I do think he's somebody else.
Is it Sir Arthur Dayne?
It is Sir Arthur Dayne.
Ah!
It is not Rhaegar, like some people think.
No.
Some people think that Rhaegar is...
No, because
Rhaegar died.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so did
Mance Raider also doesn't have white hair.
There was a body to prove that Rhaegar died.
Is there? Did you see it?
I'm pretty sure Robert saw it when he smashed the chest in.
Could have been a lookalike. Just saying. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, no one actually saw.
How many lookalike Targaryens are there?
I don't know. They all look the same, don't they?
They're all inbred. Come on, they all look the same.
True. They're fair. They are.
They're inbred.
Yeah, but how many Targaryens are in the area that pretend to be that look enough like Rhaegar that you could put them in front of the king and the king wouldn't notice it wasn't Rhaegar?
Viserys.
Viserys was a kid.
Well, whatever. But,
that's true.
But yeah, I think that Mance Raider is Sir Arthur Dayne.
Tinfoil video coming to YouTube near you.
No, it already exists. The Order of the Green Hand did it. Fantastic video series.
I thought you were going to put up one for us.
Oh, no, that's a different one. That's a different video he's going to put.
All right, so YouTube video already brought to you.
All right, so yep, so it's world known that the Starks are dumb.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah. Like, literally, one of these episodes, or one of these, like, these chapters in a dating chapter, someone's gonna mention a Stark, and the Dothraki's be like, "Oh, I hear they're dumb."
They did the last chapter, Sir Jorah Mormont.
No, not Jorah. Jorah's from Westeros. I'm talking about, like, a Dothraki slave.
Oh.
It's gonna be like...
Starks, you mean the dummies.
Yeah, the dumb guys over there.
Okay.
Fair enough, that'd be funny. Okay, so Bran is in a bad spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He might be in a pickle.
The straps are being cut off of him and the horse to dismount him.
He might be in a pickle jar then.
Oof.
His leg has been cut.
His leg has been slashed.
And he doesn't...
viciously.
He doesn't feel it.
Right. Well,
he noticed it only because he happened to be looking down.
Yeah, he saw blood.
Yeah, he saw the blood.
Yep. In the book, it's not as deep as the TV show made it.
Right.
Yeah, the TV show
is like they cut off his whole fucking leg or something.
No, they make it a deep cut because he has his knife sideways, not flat side and angled. It's just straight up and down.
Yeah. Yep.
Cut his leg right through the meat.
And then what happens?
And then they're arguing amongst themselves about stuff. And then Robb's like, McSquizzy! On the hillside over there, like, what do you guys do with my brother?
I was like, what?
McSquizzy is from a Disney show, or a Disney movie.
I'm glad, I didn't even get that reference.
I think he goes, Winterfell!
Oh yeah, ideally.
Well, no, that's what he did.
I know, ideally.
No, that's what he did.
That's why it's ideally, because George R. R. Martin used that idea. Just saying.
Anyway, so Robb comes in to save the day.
He's so fucking proud of herself.
Hi, I'm Widow. I'm going to argue about everything because I'm a fucking bitch.
I'm just going to argue because I like to argue.
Alright, so Robb comes in, sword bared, to save the day.
Yep.
Indeed.
Is he assisted by anyone or anything?
The elk on the back of his horse. Like, I don't know why that was, like, needed to be mentioned. Like, Bran's
because he was coming back from getting the wolves.
I know. But, like, it could have been one of those things like, oh, I've got this guy trying to kill me right here, but there's an elk on my brother's horse. That's pretty neat. Like, you couldn't notice that later?
It's the things you catch when your adrenaline kicks in. Like, you notice things you probably shouldn't be focusing on.
The other details.
But yes.
Does Greywin join the fight?
I was getting it. Greywin and Summer both join the fight.
Yeah,
they jump in there.
We've got a 6-on-3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the direwolves count for, like, 2 people each, really.
So then it's more like a 5-on-5.
Yeah, it's like a 5-on-6.
Yeah.
Which is actually how it ends up, because Robb is able, with the wolves, to take out all but one person, except for OSHA.
Yeah, he knocks her down.
Is it Asha or OSHA?
Whichever
it's OSHA.
one you want. This is OSHA, like the protective people in the government.
Yeah.
OSHA standards.
Okay. Yeah, the people who get mad at you for...
And then Theon's sister is Asha.
Okay, so this is OSHA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Or it could be the other way around. Who knows?
Well, you said...
Yeah, this one's OSHA.
Yeah, this is OSHA. Yeah. The other one's Asha Greyjoy.
Okay, well, because you said Asha, so I'm just clarifying.
Yeah. OSHA.
What'd they call her in the movie, in the show?
They changed Yara... They called her OSHA, but they changed Asha's name to Yara.
Okay.
Yeah, but she was still OSHA.
Okay.
Anyway. Yes. So... She gets knocked down, like, pleading and begging for her life.
Mm-hmm. It, like, gives her a little bit of a graze.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Doesn't kill her. Doesn't take her arm off.
No.
Yeah.
Your arm is gone.
Yeah, one man was pushed into the river, into the creek by
Summer.
a wolf, and then the wolf dove in after him and killed him.
Yep.
Turned the water red.
Feasted upon him.
Yes, yeah, they both did that then, because Greywin did that and then ran after the other guy who was trying to escape up the hill and hamstringed him.
Yep.
And Summer was just like, I'm just gonna kill this one guy and then just start eating.
Summer killed the girl.
Yeah, the other girl. She was like, I'm hungry because fucking Robb took my goddamn elk away.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yummy yummies.
So Summer went after the woman, caught her by the leg. She tried to stab him.
Yep.
And then he went for her stomach and tore her guts out.
Yeah, he did.
And they continued to eat.
Which was the one thing that I got hung up on this while I was reading, and I read it like 3 times, that the way Bran described it is that Summer was pulling blue snakes from her belly, and I'm like, she hasn't been dead long enough for her intestines to
For all you know, she could have had an infection.
Yeah, but she's probably alive right now while this wolf is eating her, because they didn't specifically say that the wolf killed her first.
Yeah.
That he bit her leg.
He couldn't tell if she was alive or not because her eyes
when they begin to feed.
Exactly. Yeah, so he bites her leg, and then she goes to like, to stab him in the head.
And he's like, fuck you.
Yeah, he's fuck you. And then he grabs her by the stomach. And so he's probably eating her while she's still alive, which means there's still blood pulsing through her intestines.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be blue.
So it wouldn't be blue. Even if she had an infection, they still wouldn't be blue.
Maybe it's
They'd be cyanotic. Yeah, because blue, they'd be black if it was an infection.
Yeah.
She's cyanotic at that point, if they're blue.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
So.
Well, there is lack of oxygen when you die.
I mean, I'm sure I mean, if he punctured some thoracic cavity and there's no air and stuff. Who knows?
She was laying there with her eyes hanging open, and Bran couldn't tell if she was alive or dead.
Let's not lose sight of the forest for the tree.
That tree bothered me.
Well,
it was an ugly tree.
Well, get over it.
There's medical stuff mentioned. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we have to talk about the medical stuff. We're both medical people. So, but yeah, that part hung me up, and then I was like, all right, fine, whatever.
Or maybe wildlings just fucking have blue blood
Yeah.
because they're wildlings.
We all have blue blood until the oxygen hits
the
it.
wildlings have blue blood because they're part other.
Are they the police? They got the blue bloods?
They're part other.
No. Nope.
Why would you think they're part other?
I mean, White Walker was flat out mentioned in here.
Well, I think humans and others / Children of the Forest interbred at points. I think that the Starks are part Children of the Forest.
Well, I mean, I can see that, but
yeah, but I don't think their organs are blue.
Why can't we call them the White Walkers? It flat out mentions that the White Walkers are mentioned.
Well, they're the others.
Yeah, but
the others are humans on the other side of the wall, aren't they?
No, the others are the icy guys.
Oh,
I think it's interchangeable, right? White Walkers and others.
I think it might be because she said something when she said that she wanted to bring Bran back to Mance Rayder, he said, well, then the White Walkers can have you or something like that, or do you want the White Walkers to get you? Like, but he specifically said White Walkers.
Well, that's fine. Then they call it something different above the wall.
Okay.
which would make sense.
So, yeah, because Stiv's the one that said it. So Stiv would be... So, the others then are... Or would it be the others above the wall and White Walkers below the wall because he was the Night's Watch guy? Or would it be the other way around?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Because everyone else says the others... Everyone below the wall so far has said the others take you or the others have you or whatever.
Yeah,
and they're
because
like
that's
swearing
the
at
curse.
people. But others
It's
is
like a
also
curse
faster...
word.
Yeah, say others is also faster to say than White Walker.
Yeah, it looks like it's just interchangeable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so the others and the White Walkers are the same thing. Okay.
So there is no army of zombies.
Well, there's the whites. I mean, we do meet whites, like the two black brothers who are... The one black brother who's killed.
Okay.
And then tries to kill Mormont.
Okay.
So they do make whites, which is an army of basically zombies.
Okay.
I don't know if we're going to get zombie dragons, but...
That'd be cool, though.
That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, but anyway. So, after all of that clash happens, one man is left standing.
Or woman.
Yeah, man.
Oh. Stiv's alive.
Okay.
Asha's, like, on the ground, like, begging for her life.
Well, she's
not-
herself back up again.
Well, yeah.
She's got the spear at the moment.
Well, she stands back up after Stiv takes
Stiv's-
Bran, basically, real hostage, and she
Yep, with a
feels
knife to his
little
throat.
safer now.
Yeah, because she might be, like, they might be able to get out of this now.
Right.
Until Stiv's like, you, go kill the wolves.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Fuck
No.
Fuck you.
She's like, no thanks, dude. I'll fucking die over here myself first.
Yep.
So he's got his knife to Bran's throat.
After he's ripped Bran off his horse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, obviously, he can't reach all the way up there.
It's not
Well,
that
he's
tall.
2-year-old
It's not
filly,
that
he might be
tall
able
of
to.
a horse.
Yeah, it's only a 2-year-old filly.
No, it's still pretty high up.
I mean, it is. It's pretty
The horse
high.
is still probably like a good 5 foot tall, plus Bran's then sitting on top of it.
Yeah, it's another 3 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's a long way to reach up to his throat.
Yeah, because usually, even when I horseback ride too, even shorter horses, like, the person only ever comes up to, like, maybe my hip.
Right.
Yeah, but you're taller than an 8-year-old.
That's fair.
But anyway. And then what happens?
He gives Robb an ultimatum.
Which is?
Kill
your
the wolves, and I'll let your brother live.
Yeah.
If you don't, your brother dies.
And Robb says, Winterfell!
I wish, no. Rob's like,
Even Bran knew that either way, they were both gonna die.
Yeah.
well, no, because Robb dropped his sword. Rob's like, oh god,
He
what do I
dropped
do?
the sword arm, he didn't drop the sword.
Oh, yeah, he dropped
In the
his sword.
TV show, he drops the sword.
Yeah, he just, like, dropped his arm down. He's like, oh god, like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, he lowers his weapon.
Yeah.
And then somebody comes to the rescue.
Doesn't he dismount too?
Yeah, he did dismount because
Yeah.
they said they wanted his
He's like,
horse.
So
he's on the
letting horses
ground.
dismount. Yeah, so he's standing on the ground.
Yep. With his sword down.
Okay.
Like, not in fighting position.
Yeah.
Alright. Hanging out.
And then the clouds part.
And the sun doth
The
bring down
heavens
this rain.
open up.
And this one little gut ray of
And the
godness.
great hero of legend,
Okay,
Yep.
get it over with.
Theon Greyjoy. Package still intact.
I don't know what the big deal is.
I don't know, I'm just rolling with it.
I know, I'm sitting here trying not to cringe and Maester is laughing at me.
And I'm over here doing, like, the hallelujah chorus.
Enters stage behind.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Yep. And kills the man holding Bran.
Yes.
With an arrow to the heart.
Other part that I got hung up on, with an arrow to the heart. Bran looks at the arrow, and literally states...
It's covered in blood.
No. Yeah. The arrow was bright red, as if it had been painted with blood. It went through a fucking chest. It is, in fact, painted with blood. There's no as if about this. It does not need to be a metaphor. It is a simile.
Well, because it wasn't painted.
It was painted. It was coated. Like, I mean, it wasn't painted with a brush, yes.
That's the point.
Yes, that's the point.
But it's
Congratulations,
still...
you've settled upon the point. You figured it out.
Listen,
All right.
when I stick a stick into a paint can, it still comes out painted.
No, because you didn't paint it.
It's coated.
Not everyone's Michelangelo.
Anyway, we're moving on because George is doing the same thing that you like to do, except you don't like it when people do it to you. So, yes, exactly.
Yep.
Yep, I know. George is acting like her, so she immediately hates it.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
And when we try to point that out to her,
She gets mad.
yeah.
I do get mad. I'm very upset right now.
Yes.
Get the fuck over it.
I'm trying.
All right, so congratulations, day saved. Everybody's good to go.
Everyone's happy, right?
Everybody's happy.
Minus Robb.
Why is Robb not happy?
Now all of a sudden he's got a stick up his ass.
Yes, he does. He has one of Theon's 6 extra arrows apparently stuck up his ass.
Yeah. I love how Theon had like 6 or 7 in the snow, like he was prepared to fight, and he fired off 1.
Yeah, so he fired off 1. But here's my thing, though. So here's my thought process of this, too.
This could be scary. All right, I'm going to settle in.
Settle in for this. Is that if Theon thought he was that good to just get it on the first shot like he did, why did he have 6 arrows set up for 1 to 2 people?
Easy access. He's not Legolas. He can't bring his arm over and put it in perfectly.
Well, I know.
Just like Legolas can.
I mean, yeah, but...
He may have gotten there earlier in the battle, but then things got too chaotic to actually take shots from a distance.
Okay. See,
so he was, like, setting up as, like, the battle was kicking off, but then, like, you got everybody being attacked. So you got Robb in the way, you got Bran in the way, you got the Bulls in the way, so you can't get a clear shot. And then all of a sudden the opportunity comes where he can get a clear shot.
Okay, see, I hadn't thought about that. I thought he actually came to that area after Bran got taken from the horse.
We don't know.
Yeah. So my thought process, he got there right then.
We don't know exactly when he got there.
So he took a lesson from the fray. He showed up at the end of the fight.
To be on the right side.
the late Dick off Greyjoy.
Yes, the late Dick off Greyjoy. Yes. But yeah, because that was my thing, is like, alright, so if you're so confident that you're gonna kill this guy on the first shot without killing Bran in the process, why do you have 6 extra arrows lined up in case you miss?
Plus, do you know for sure that those are the only 6 there? Could there be more hiding in the woods?
I mean, there could be.
So he's got reasons to have more arrows out.
Okay.
Either way.
If he's 6 more in the woods, then he hoped to God better make sure there's not behind him.
No, the guardsmen are coming up behind him.
Yep, and so is Maester Luwin on his donkey. So they got that covered.
Donkey-hotey.
Donkey-hotey. Yep.
Oh,
coming up behind. So Robb's a little...
Taking up the rear!
Robb's a little...
Oh!
Sorry, I had to.
Oh, God. Maester Luwin sex joke. Super inappropriate.
You know, I'm just going to go on record. This podcast makes way too many Maester Luwin sex jokes.
That was only the first one.
No,
that wasn't.
Remember, he was passing dick pics to Catelyn?
Oh, yeah.
And he was secretly pointing to Catelyn when Ned wasn't around. That's why he had to come up with a run.
Too many Maester Luwin dick jokes on this podcast, I think.
Oh, please. We make inappropriate jokes all the time here.
Everyone gets
But it was good.
It was really good. Yeah, it was good. Very good. All right, so Robb is mad. Why is Robb mad?
Because he didn't get to save the day.
I think that's part of it, yes.
I think it's that, a lot of it, that he didn't get
But what's the reason he gives for being mad?
Oh, that you couldn't see my brother clearly through the cloak, and how do you know you weren't going to kill my brother, and what if the arrow went astray and hit someone else, and blah, blah, blah. And
yeah,
what if you Bran
hit
through
Bran?
The guy, which is a fair fucking point.
I mean, that's
or what if the guy was wearing a breastplate and it just bounced off him?
Yeah,
and
well, the guy
got pissed and slit Bran's throat.
Yeah, the guy has Bran's head up against his shoulder, and, like, literally 6 inches away, a 6 inches of arrow protrudes. That totally could have killed him.
Yeah. Right through his throat.
Yeah.
Well, he had Bran by the hair and he was holding his head back.
They would have did to him what they did to, that Dorne prince in the show where he's like gonna fight that chick and then a spear comes through the back of his head out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have happened to Bran, only it would have been a little arrow.
Yeah, in the book he gets burned by dragons.
Ooh, even better. I like it.
Who gets burned by dragons?
The Prince of Dorne. Marcella's husband or would-be betrothed or whatever. I'm talking about that guy.
Yeah, but that's not a thing in the books.
I know. I figured.
But he goes on a mission to find Dany and gets burned by dragons.
On purpose?
Well, he's gonna steal a dragon from Dany, so that Dany has to come after him, and she falls in love with him, but he gets burned by dragons.
Yeah.
That's exactly how you find someone to fall in love with you.
You know,
I'm sorry, if somebody came and kidnapped one of my kids, so I had to come and get my kid back to fall in love with this guy,
Don't think
Fuck
work.
no!
That makes me think of a thing I read the other day where this chick found a guy who played the saxophone, and his dream was to play a saxophone solo for this one specific song.
Oh my god, I read that.
She learned the saxophone, stole his solo, and then wondered why she never spoke to him again.
Okay, we're done with that.
Yeah.
So, Robb is perturbed because...
Perturbed.
I love that word.
Because Theon could have killed Bran, or because he was like a pussy because he didn't get to save Bran.
Or if he was bad enough shot, he could have hit anybody.
Yeah. So, but that's okay because
He rolled a 20. He was good.
everybody is safe.
It's true.
Robb's a little mad, but he'll get over it.
Yeah, he will. Bran's
he'll
still
eventually stop
alive.
being a bitch.
Yeah, he gets over. I mean, he'll stop being butthurt after the tenseness goes away.
Yep, and now the security guards show up.
Yeah, so now the adults show up after everything's taken care of.
It's the adults too. Oh god, it's the adults.
After the Goonies have gone and ended the whole war, the adults finally show up.
Yep.
And end of chapter.
Well, they get first. They're like, Rob's like, where the fuck have you guys been?
Well, there's still one living wildling.
Well, yeah, that they're gonna, OSHA.
Yeah, what are they gonna do with her?
Well, they're gonna keep her as a guest.
Okay, well, the last we talked about her, she was still down on the ground.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
She's being taken guest.
Hostage. Well, you know...
Do you find the two mutually exclusive in your experience, Theon?
I was gonna say, I don't know if she's gonna be treated as well as Theon.
I mean, definitely not, because she's shackled at first.
She's not royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
she's not a king.
She's a dirt person, so...
Yeah, she's not a king's son.
Well, neither's Theon.
She'll just get those 1,000 brooms and sweep the stables.
Yeah.
She'll do the
She'll actually do it, though.
She'll do the sweeping for Viserys.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then he'll probably sleep with her because that's what Viserys does.
So yes, they have a prisoner.
Yep.
They have a prisoner.
Yep.
Everyone's upset that they had to wait for Luwin and his donkey. Because they're all getting yelled at. They're all like, Robb's like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? And they're like, well, I mean, if this jackass over here hadn't ridden in on a jackass.
And if this guy hadn't been hunting turkeys.
Yeah, and this motherfucker saw a turkey. Like.
Or if Robb hadn't been hunting elk.
Yeah. Like, literally, if all of you guys had if one person had picked an actual fucking horse, and everyone else, is there like a reason he had a donkey? Like, is there.
Like, why were the guards more, guarding Theon than Bran and Robb?
Yeah, that too. He's a ward. Maybe they had to make sure he didn't run away.
Oh,
probably.
yeah, at this
they're
point.
probably literally guarding him.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a hostage.
Yeah.
He doesn't think he's a hostage, but he's a hostage.
He's a very cocky, not hostage.
Yeah.
Hostage.
Yeah. He's given a few too many,
He's been given.
liberties.
Oh, yeah, he gets the women, for Christ's sake.
Someone needs to honor him.
Ramsay will take care of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Anything else we need to discuss?
No, I think
all the
that's
notes I
it.
got.
That's it?
Yep.
That's
All
it.
right. So we finally got OSHA, who plays a big part later on.
Yep.
Bran is safe. Robb's a bitch. Theon's the man.
For the first and probably only time of his life right now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Went from kicking a head around on the floor to saving Bran's life to being dick off.
Yeah.
Full circle.
He does become the Prince of Winterfell before he loses his dick, so... He does take
over
Winterfell.
And all his guards are like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
We're nowhere near water.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're like water people.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, end of chapter.
What's it called?
Well, first we got to say what we're going to discuss next time.
Which is Tyrion number 5.
Beautiful.
You're welcome, you guys.
So I'm assuming that's Tyrion.
It should be a short chapter.
Tyrion in the cells. Again, with the ableism or the heightism or whatever it is.
She's being a heightist. I'm being an ableist.
Goddamn heightists.
Come on, it was funny.
It was funny. I just don't know why you hate Tyrion so much. I'm seeing how long this
Tyrion.
is.
That's why I'm doing it.
Listen, look at it. This is actually a pretty long chapter right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Tyrion's got some pages.
Because you've got like the cell, like Tyrion in the cells, and then you got like the trial, and then the trial by combat.
Yeah, so we got some Tyrion
It's
shit
not
happening.
that long. It's only like 12 pages.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not long, but I mean, it's not a short chapter for this book.
It's a fairly lengthy chapter for this book.
Yeah. These chapters are generally like 5 to 6 pages.
Yeah. So
Kawasaki.
that'll be good. We got a Tyrion chapter coming up next, followed by Eddard. So, a couple of good chapters in a row.
That means I've got to do a little bit of extra reading, right?
Yep.
Yes, yeah, because we have to read, instead of reading a chapter by Thursday, we had to do 2 chapters.
So,
Yeah, because
what do we want to call this chapter? Bran 5.
Not OSHA approved.
Why?
Because OSHA, Operational Health and Safety.
I kind of like that, actually. Not OSHA approved.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, yep, not OSHA approved.
Drooling.
I just made this, like, it just popped into my head, too. Like, I had not thought about this before, and that's why we were saying that it was like, you know, it was gonna be Robb and Bran First Blood, or Robb and Theon First Blood Part 3.
And now you're fucking drooling.
Yeah, and then I just come up with this brilliant idea, not OSHA approved.
Alright.
Because this is a very unsafe chapter.
Yeah. Especially for OSHA and her friends.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So when you do OSHA, it has to be all capital letters.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Occupational Safety and Hazard
Occupational Safety and Health Association.
Yep.
Administration. Because it's part of the government.
Oh, administration. Okay.
Alright, so this chapter will now forever be known as not OSHA approved.
I love that.
Fantastic. Alright. Let's see. To close out, you can become a patron. Patreon.com/Ironwood.
Indeed.
You can catch me on the Twitters at Maester Ironwood.
You can catch me on the Twitters at Widow Wolfsbane.
And you can find me at Lady_Wyvern.
Yep. If you want to just find what we're talking about, hashtag IceAndFirePod.
Yes, the Instagram has been officially updated to IceAndFirePod.
Yeah.
So there's that.
He doesn't seem too thrilled about that.
He doesn't really care. Yeah, he's indifferent about the Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It's one more social media network.
You don't have to
How
do
many
it,
do we
though.
fucking need, really?
All
you
of them.
have to have all of them.
All of them.
No, I'm just saying, as
I mean, I'm
people,
surprised we don't have a fucking Snapchat.
as fucking people, how many do we really need?
I mean, we could have a Snapchat, but he won't put the filters on.
Yeah, no.
We would put the filters on.
God fucking no, I won't. No. I
You
won't
could be a
even...
dog. Where's the
Not even a little bit.
You're picturing that in your head right now, aren't you?
Not gonna happen.
Not while you know.
No, never gonna happen. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god, that's beautiful. Okay.
Alright, you can catch us on Facebook if you trust Facebook with your personal data.
Yeah.
At facebook.com/the Ironwood Network. You can get us on the YouTubes. Just search for Ironwood Network. Or you can check out our website, IceAndFirePod.com.
IceAndFirePod.com.
Where everything is.
Yeah, we're pretty much the Ice and Fire Pod people.
Are there
at this
videos
point.
on the website too, or are you...
Just the audios.
Well, then, not everything.
No, but it does link to our YouTube.
That's true, it does.
So, boom. Bam.
Yeah.
Alright, so until next time when we discuss Tyrion, we will catch you guys later.
Alright, we'll catch you all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.